Welcome back to the Claw Pod. Of course, Ross, Marshall, Von Erich. I'm the Ant-Man, and I feel a little more comfortable today. Not having someone who's not a Von Erich here on the screen with us. Bill Goldberg, welcome to the podcast. Yeah. So good to see you, my man.
Morning, boys and girls. How we doing?
Oh, man. I'm taking it y'all are the boys.
Yeah.
Leaves one for me. Got it. Thanks, Bill.
I don't know how big our girl audience is. With Ross here, it's a little better.
The wrestling podcast, it better be big.
Bill, you got one final match. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff here, but do you know, whether you can tell us or not, do you know when and where this final match is going down?
Maybe.
I like it.
Possibly.
I'll take that as a maybe then.
But I can't divulge until it's
I understand.
I know a match is coming because he's in great shape. He considers himself not in great shape, but he is. Look how shredded he is.
I know. I'd love to call that not great shape for me, man.
Yeah.
Well, again, you guys build me up so I can knock myself down, but I appreciate that. Great. It's all relative. It's all relative. You know, you guys, we see ourselves differently than other people see us. And, you know, you get on the scale and get it in front of the mirror and, you know, it's called reality. But, you know, man, I got a short period of time left and it's time to crunch some numbers, man, and get ready. So
heck yeah.
You know, at 58 years old, it's not the easiest thing to do on many levels, mentally, physically, and emotionally. But you know, it's all good, man. I'm ready. I'll be ready to rock soon.
Growing up, I mean, if we heard a wrestler at 58, they were the legends that they were, you know, just sitting ringside, not getting back in the ring and looking as good as you do and as in the shape that you are. What do you think has changed between what we saw growing up and where you are now? I mean, you're in great shape and you can get in the ring. Back then, if we heard someone at 58 get in the ring, they were just getting in to wave and get out.
If they were 58 and they were a wrestler, it was an accomplishment that they were still alive at that point.
True. Very much so.
I mean, truly, you know,
true.
I'd say the harsh conditions of being on the road so often and, you know, what guys do to themselves when they're on the road, it's a cumulative effect. And I think that people are learning to take better care of themselves. They're learning that they can extend their career beyond years that they thought they could because of self-preservation. And, you know, I think the business is lending itself to longevity a little bit more now, and that the schedule isn't as stressed as it used to be. You know,
100%, man. And it's a testament alone that you've maintained a good figure this entire time. Because a lot of wrestlers, you know, when there's no incentive to work out, there's no reason to, you know, stay in shape. And maybe that's what Gage has helped, you know, because not only you can talk the talk, but you can walk the walk. You got to stay. Your boy's he's a man now, you know, he's big, and we were blessed enough to watch him play in high school, and the kid's an animal. He really is. And I got
to keep up to him, you know, like you say. I mean, he's home. He's been here. I sent him to Chicago for 3 days for his birthday. But beyond that, he's been here for like a little over 2 weeks. And man, that dude went to the gym. Well, he and I trained last night a little bit. You know, Sunday night, and he goes and runs at 6:30, you know, at Champion last night. So it doesn't matter whether it's a holiday, a weekend, whatever. I mean, the kid has kicked me back into gear, you know, just keeping up with him, like you said, is a task. I mean, he's 230 and he's solid, man. And he's stronger than hell. And he's young, and he's, you know, got all the enthusiasm and everything that, you know, I used to have and we used to have when we were that age.
Yeah, man. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his eyes. He's like, there's such a promising future, and he's still so young in his college football career. How's it been as a dad, going from with him every day, mentally coaching, all that stuff there, to being separated a little bit? Has that been a difficult transition?
That's horrible. I'm like a little bitch over here. I lost my wingman, you know?
Yeah, man.
I didn't lose him. He just got relocated. And
yes.
we had this conversation before. It's tough, man. I wake the kid up every morning and I put him to bed every night, and I made his breakfast. And I mean, I wait on this kid hand and foot. And if there's anyone in the world that should, get that type of treatment, it's my wife and my son, because
Amen, man.
100%, man.
I love them and they complete me. And, it's only just beginning for my son right now. And I'm ecstatic to see that he's got some serious work ethic and he's got a bright future, and he's a smart kid and he's a good kid, most importantly. So
he just finished his first year with Coach Prime at CU. How's he looking forward to this coming season?
I think just to be able to finish a year under Coach Prime is an accomplishment.
Seriously, man.
Just because of all the setting out there. I mean, it's a different deal.
It's the most talked about college football team, I think, right now.
I think so, yeah.
Good, bad, or indifferent, I again believe a year removed, I mean, it's still the place for him. And in the year of portal transfers all the time, I can't stand it. But if my boy wants to go somewhere else to try to find his happiness, he can go wherever the hell he wants. But he loves Colorado and he's committed, and I think he's stepping into a great linebacker room. He's got a great coach. Obviously, they're all led by Dion, who's an unbelievable, multi-generational, unbeliugable athlete and human being, and father, most importantly. So
100%. Yeah, man.
Even though he's, far away, he's only a phone call away and a short flight away, and I could reach out and grab his ass in 2.5 hours if I had to.
Yeah, man. That's what's so cool about you and Dion's relationship too, is that unspoken fatherhood. It's not you guys showing up for your sons and being there. It's not a job or a duty. You love to do it. You look forward to it. My dad's this exact same way. It was the thrill of his life. It is to watch us experience, young adulthood, and you get to do it over again. You get to watch it over again.
Yeah. Dude, I'm living vicariously through you two, through my son.
That is awesome.
I look at you two in the same kind of way. I mean, it's y'all's turn, right? At 58 years old, the fact that I'm stepping in the ring, there's a reason for it. The reason for it is that I get to put a stamp on my career as opposed to somebody else putting a stamp on it.
Yes, sir.
I get to prepare, for a little while, as opposed to having 3.5 weeks prior, having COVID wrestling Roman. So,
man,
it's just a different situation. I obviously would have liked to have done it immediately after I wrestled last time and not had like a 4-year break in between or whatever, because a year at my age is like 20 years. So, it's tough, man.
Well, what's
I mentioned it mentally. Mentally is probably the toughest part, because I don't see the same dude in the mirror that I used to see when I used to get ready to go out there and do my thing.
Is it comparing yourself to you at another age?
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't compare myself with anyone else except for myself. If I can be a better guy than I was yesterday, then I've accomplished something,
Man, dude. And that's what's so crazy is when you first came back to the scene, everyone was wondering, because to fill the shoes of Bill Goldberg, that animal, that monster that made us fall in love with professional. It really did. It was such a pivotal part in our career, or just our wrestling lives. And then when you came back, the fact that you looked as good as you did was because you don't ever see that. You don't see guys that are gone that long come back. We're used to, you see him half like a shell of the man, but the fact that you are still there, you can see it in your eyes, the comeback, the fire up, you're there. It's just like, what is this dude made of? What is this guy made of? He never left. He's right there. And it was, I don't know. You impress us so much. And then being blessed enough to come and work out with you, hang out with you and stuff. You're made for young men, because you've inspired so many young men. But the stuff you say, you put it into words that it's like, you're like me and Ross were saying, you're like one of those like Mike Tysons. You'll say like prophetic stuff on accident just from your life experiences and the stuff you've been through and have done and hit and stuff. And so Gage, man, he's a blessed kid, and I think he's gonna realize it more and more and more. Like, damn, dude, I have a cool dad that's done everything I want to do. He's doing it. And especially the fact that you're doing it now. Gage is going to be 50 one day. Like, damn, my dad did this. He came back out of retirement and did this, felt like this, you know?
Oh yeah. This is what he was talking about. Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
man, I appreciate it, dude. You guys always have such wonderful things to say about me, and I'm not worthy of it by any stretch, but I'm very lucky. And, you know, I got a great kid, and he's got some great peers, and, it's just an honor, man, every day to enjoy and share my life with my family and such good friends such as you.
Oh man. Yeah, we couldn't be in a better place. We're so happy we're in Bernie. You are that's just a bonus. Another thing I wanted to ask you about. So Israel's got this promotion, this wrestling promotion coming up. And I saw you do a little promo with it. You were talking to one of their guys, one of their wrestlers. We went down there a few years ago, and we did like a little seminar. My dad has a retirement match. Made good friends with those guys, and we came down another time by ourselves, and it was that's when it really just, this place is different. We just fell in love with the people. There's no other place like it. And now they got this promotion, and it's the promotion it's doing pretty well. I mean, for there to be no wrestling in such a big city, and now there's wrestling, and I think they got a weekly show on YouTube now. Ross and I've been trying to keep up with it and stuff. We were pumped to see that you did a little promo for him or something. It was something like that. What was it? Was it just an interview?
Hamil Ghazi is a friend of mine, man, and he asked me to be on it. And you guys know that I'll do anything for my faith. You know, truth be told, my dream was to have my retirement match in Israel, but quite obviously because of the surroundings right now, you know, or the past 5 years, it just hasn't been the right place to do it. And,
No.
you know, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that I was very sorely disappointed that I couldn't do something in Israel. But hey, man, retired doesn't mean dead by any stretch.
That's right. That's right.
So,
and you have a plenty to offer other than just wrestling. You're a fountain of wisdom for a ton of young wrestlers, and for those guys especially that. They're people. They can do it. They can do it. Not only do it, but do it at the highest level. I can be a legend in it. So there's a lot of exciting stuff in the future. And we're just pumped that such a big city, huge city, Tel Aviv. There's been no wrestling. I feel like if they play it right, it could be Japan 30 years ago or something. Just as far as just getting all the people there. There's so many people. There's definitely a want for it. You know, the crowd.
Yeah, and they're kind of just getting like really going again right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be honored to go out there at some point. I really would. You never say never, but like I say, we've been trying to do it for the past number of years, and didn't work out. And fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. That's all you can do.
Bill, I want to ask you about a feud. And if it were before you jump ahead of me, most podcasts might jump into ask you a question about Brent or about Brett. I want to ask you a question about Brent, as in Phil and Brent and their buddy Roy D. Mercer. I don't know if you remember this from back then. Play a little clip here.
Memories.
Hello.
This Goldberg?
Yeah, who's this?
Listen, my name is Roy Mercer. I've been trying to get a hold of you for about 2 months now. There's a boy that come out there that had a shaved head, and he wanted you to sign it on there for him, an autograph on his head.
Yes, sir.
Or the permanent marker.
Uh-huh.
Listen, we had all kind of trouble since then. It's hard time coming off, and we finally got it off there, and then the hair won't grow back there, Goldberg.
Oh, so that's my fault?
By God, it's your permanent marker that marked on his head.
My friend, if you're trying to get money out of me, you're barking up the wrong tree, brother.
How about I just come down there and give you an ass whooping?
What are you, nuts?
No, I guarantee you I'm coming down there to whoop somebody's ass if I don't get this thing took care of.
My friend, you and what f***ing army's gonna whoop my ass?
Oh, I'll end it there. It goes on for a little bit. This happened. I mean, this is 20 years ago, I guess. Unfortunately, both guys have passed away. Phil and Brent from Camo X in Tulsa. But that was back. I've been in radio for 30 years. That's back on radio when you could do things like this. Just so you guys know, you can't do stuff like that anymore. You can't get the surprise on anyone due to legal reasons, but
That was the best reaction ever.
this right here, I mean,
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, I was.
So
in my
who put
kitchen
Phil and Brent up to doing Roy D. Mercer giving you a call?
Well, I was a kid that my neighbor that I grew up was with me when we went to Goldie's, and to make an extremely long story short, whatever happened, and he related back to his sister who was married to one of those guys.
Oh, what? Dang.
Oh,
it was a real thing that happened. You really signed some kid's head. And so, oh man.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. That's crazy.
It was cold, man. It was cold. And I never heard of Roy D. Mercer, man. Jewish kid living in Georgia, man. I didn't know who Roy D. Mercer was.
Man, that was funny. You were extremely respectful until he said, "I'm going over there and whoop somebody's ass." Like, hey, go ahead, come on.
I'll send you a plane ticket.
I don't know if I think it's later on. You asked him, "How did you get my number anyway?" And he goes, "I got it from the WCW." Like you just called WCW and asked for Goldberg's phone number, and they give it out.
Exactly.
Can I get Bill's number, please? Man, no, that was the best person to do it on, because he reacted exactly how you wanted him to.
Yeah, sure. See, now if they were still around, that would be a great prelude to a final match. You against Roy D. Mercer. We got to see the ass whip.
Yeah, finally gets to see it.
Yeah.
I'd take that one until the day I step into my grave. I just want to get that one evened out. Yeah.
More people my age are going to remember your undefeated streak in WCW. Those younger might remember you taking care of business with Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 20, 33, SummerSlam 2016. What's your relationship with Brock now these days?
Brock and I have always been the same. We're very cordial. We respect each other exponentially, I believe. And here comes Gage walking up to the garage from the house.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, dang. It's a far walk, isn't it?
It's not close by any means. But yeah, man, he's getting cardio and even trying to get up here. But yeah, Brock's a different animal, man. I mean, literally. He's a competitive human being that never turns himself off.
Yeah.
And we all know him. Well, I mean, everybody knows him on a different level, but we're good friends, man. We don't keep in contact that much because he's a recluse, and he likes his enjoyment is keeping away from the human race. And I respect that exponentially.
Sure.
In like big time.
I think what the big attachment that I think, like I said, my generation is going to remember you more for the undefeated streak. But I think it bridges the gap for both of them is when you opened up about your family. And when you brought Gage into the ring and you said the reason you were getting back in was because of them, there was some attachment that another layer that I think us as fans got with you because of what you shared with us. And while I know that Brock doesn't do that, I think that was a big difference in your relationship with fans is when that happened.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our reasons for doing things. And I mean, Brock never had his kids around until I had Gage around.
Yeah.
I think I might have started that with him, but I mean, it's something that you got to share with your kids.
Yeah, man. Really, you're right.
No matter what. I mean, I don't know. I'm a firm believer that everything that I can do with him is I'm a better person for it. Period. End of story. I mean, I don't care if it's going to the grocery store and spending 15 minutes in the car. I'll take that 15 minutes because life is short, and every second I can get with my boy is the best time of my life. So,
dude, man. Dude,
with no further ado, Gage Goldberg.
Gage, welcome to the podcast. Good to see you, bud.
Thank you.
Man. Gage, how you been, man? How you feeling the transition from high school football, college football? Your dad said your work ethics, it's definitely top tier. Did you learn anything new in Colorado?
Oh, yeah, no. I learned how to definitely push myself for sure, and what my new goals are and everything, and what I need to do to achieve those goals.
Oh, he sounds like a college football player. That's what I'm talking about.
He does. That's incredible. How was your first year under Coach Prime been?
Oh, it was great. I loved it. Coach Prom's the best coach ever. Best coach I could ask for. The teammates are great up there. Just a great situation.
Nice.
Man, that's what everybody says too about Dion. It's everyone that knows him personally, and I feel like it's just from watching him how he deals with his kids. There's a lot of guys that played under him that look at him like a father figure, you know. And he's just got that. I feel like fathers make great coaches, and so he really does love his players. You can tell. And how was it playing with the I guess the Heisman winner?
Oh, it was surreal. Like getting to practice with them or against them every day. It was just crazy. It was cool.
So is the hype real? He really is as good as everyone says he is?
100%.
Okay. Yeah, he would know. He would know, man.
Yeah.
That kid is a freak though. He's a freak.
When do you
kid.
beat the Texas Heat and go back to colder weather and start practice?
Well, I go back the 30th of this month, and then we start the 2nd.
Man,
Okay.
yeah. So you get to escape the biggest part of it, right?
Yeah, I'm happy I get to it.
Yeah, he'll be back here 4th of July for a couple of
There you
days,
go.
I hope.
There you go.
Just for a little
it'll be a
taste.
little toasty by then.
That's right.
Oh man. I don't think our dad would have lasted long if we ended up moving anywhere, going somewhere else, because wherever we went, Dad's just there. And so I was wondering to see, because Bill reminds us so much of our dad. I was telling Ross, I wonder if he just gets a place out in Colorado, you know, because I know our dad probably would eventually end up doing it. And, you know,
Well, first and foremost, Gage just turned 8 or 19 last week, and he's embarking upon his first apartment.
oh dang.
Getting back to Boulder this weekend. So his mom is going to travel with him, because all I would do is say, "You guys done yet?"
Yeah.
She likes to do the homemaking stuff, and she's going to travel with him and get him locked into that apartment for a couple days. And you know, it's just another step
Man.
of freedom and, you know, responsibility and the reality of, you know, this is life, you know.
Amen. Dude, moms are important too, because I remember when my mom went and checked on Ross he was playing at North Texas. When she went and checked on him, he had his own apartment, and that thing it looked like a
She gave it a whole makeover, made it feel homey. You know, I had like inflatable, disposable everything, and
Got you more than one fork in the
She said it was all plastic plates. It looked like a prison cell, and so she had to go over there.
The funny thing is, and I'm sure she made the place look great, and then it took a matter of probably 24 hours for that to change.
Yeah.
I'm sure the same is going to be said for his place.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my dad said. Ross, you need a girlfriend, man, to maintain this place after mom's done with it.
No plastic, like a tag team.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly, man. But yeah, Gage, you excited? You excited to get are you gonna roommate with anybody, or are you just going solo in the apartment?
Oh yeah, no, I'm with one of our running backs, and I don't know, it should be great. I can't wait to move into my own apartment, or in an apartment for sure. Because
yeah, man, you're in the dorm with a whole bunch of people, right? Right now, you're just a lot of bodies everywhere.
Man, he was in a dorm. The last dorm he was at was kind of a quote unquote apartment, and he was there with 3 other guys. And Wanda and I went to see his place, and I'm going to embarrass you. He didn't even know the name of one of the dudes that lived with him. 2 of the dudes.
Oh, you didn't?
He didn't know the name of them. He didn't know their name. How long did you guys live in the same place?
like 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah. See, that's why my dad always told us, he's like, if you don't want to look bad, when you meet somebody, just if you don't know what their name is, always go with buddy, pal, or whatever.
Hey, bro.
Yeah. So Ross and I are always hitting that.
Exactly.
Right. I told Ross, never say nice to meet you, because you never know. You never know if you met him already.
Yeah.
It's classic.
That's bit me a few times.
Just classic. So
Gage, we as fans, we've voiced our opinion over the last year really about transfers and team building and what have you. This is the first opportunity I'm getting to ask an actual player. How does it affect you knowing that this coming year you could have, you know, half the team that you had last year? And I don't mean that you do, but if not knowing who will be coming back with the way transfer portal works and NIL and what have you, that even maybe the year after you build a great team this year, you guys do well, but how many people are going to be there the following year? How does that affect your mentality going into a new season?
It doesn't affect mine that much, because I mean, there's going to be new guys coming in, new competition to like go against to see who's going to start. So that's just that. And then like the camaraderie aspect.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge anyone about transferring because there's so many moving aspects, moving parts. So I don't know. It's up to y'all.
And that's the thing. You can't really blame someone when it's allowed. Like if someone was doing something they weren't supposed to be doing, that's one thing. But this is wide open right now, and people doing the best for them, which I think adversely affects the team building aspect. But that's just me on the outside, and that's why I wanted to know from you. Do you feel that it affects the team building as you guys move along?
I don't really think it's that bad because you're gonna have 100 guys there anyways when you come back. So you're gonna know your friends, you're gonna know who you're with, and then when those new transfers come in, you just gotta bring them in with open arms.
Yeah, man.
And be a great teammate and everything.
He's got he's got the player workhorse mentality. I bet it's hard for coaches though, because they're trying to build something and then new guys coming in, new guy or whatever. And I'm sure because I'm learning more about the portal. I can't believe that this is even real. It's a different
day, man.
Yeah, guys can just straight up leave whenever they want.
Well, there are only a certain times, and there's now the spring portal, and I think that's why a lot of teams are going away from spring games and doing more of a combine and more of a fan combine and meet and greet and stuff, rather than having guys play one-on-one against each other, allowing other teams to scout and do things like that. But I love your answer there, is because I feel that you have whoever's on my team this year is my team this year, and we're going to work together.
Yeah, man.
As a player, I get that. As a fan and as a father, I'm at the other end of the spectrum because it's tough to get camaraderie. It's tough to get cohesiveness.
Yeah.
Especially on an offensive line.
Of course.
I mean, you got 5 guys who are in the trenches that are, their back is to the ball every play of the game. They never touch the ball. Their only job is to be there to protect the quarterback. And you got to know what a guy's tendencies are playing to the left and to the right of you.
Yeah, man.
And so in that respect, that I believe that's extremely tough. And the makeup of your team is different every year because it's infiltrated by half of a rollover, kind of. So it's different. I mean, it's as Gage plays with the windows there. It's different, but it's the sign of the times, and it's like free agency in the NFL. So,
Bill, I feel like you'd have made a badass coach. You'd have been an awesome football coach.
It's not too late. I mean, you have final match coming up.
Never say never, kid.
Yeah,
that would be.
I'd love to see that.
It'd be tough in this day and age. It'd be tough. These little weenie ass kids.
End up with a lawsuit.
Maybe that's why you should, though.
I'd end up with the whole team wanting to jump in the portal, probably.
That's true.
Get me out of here.
I'm an Oklahoma fan. Grew up in Oklahoma my whole life. Went to the University of Oklahoma. Didn't play football, but marched in pride. But we had that experience last year at Oklahoma where we had guys leave, guys go in the portal. We have guys that got injured, and you had pretty much an entire line that were second or third string and had never played together. And I mean, we were the prime example of what it's like with the turnover and the not playing with each other, not having the camaraderie that we had in the past.
I think every team that chooses to use the portal to the nth degree experiences that, and it's like growing pains, and they just accept it. I mean, it is what it is. It's just it's a weird thing. If I was a coach and I'm looking at a prospect to come into my program and he's been to 5 different schools, my radar is going to jump up and go.
Yeah, man.
I would think so too.
Especially as a quarterback too. You got like that guy Dylan Gabriel. He played for 3 different schools or whatever. I mean, he was a great quarterback, but that is hard as a coach. Like, man, what's he playing for? I guess, but yeah. And you want to build a relationship with your players, your team, and especially the quarterback role. It's a leader. You got to be a good leader and all that. But I didn't even think about that. Offensive line, those guys are counting each other's steps. They're together. And when they go to war together, there's something that makes you closer after that. And then, adding 2 new strangers, 3 new strangers, that's got to be difficult.
Big deal. Quarterback and receiver.
If you're a quarterback, you don't know the tendencies of the guys that are protecting your ass.
Yep.
Yes.
And man, I don't know if I can step up on this right tackle because he likes to drop step or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's just got to be tough.
Jeez. Back to a wrestling question here, Bill. Who impresses you the most in pro wrestling right now? Young guy, old guy, been around for a while.
Man, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't watch much of it.
Yeah.
I can't really give an educated guess there. Quite obviously, I think one guy who's really doing well, what's his name? Married to Becky Lynch.
Seth Rollins.
Seth. Yeah. Seth's grown so much in this business over the past 10 years. Randy Orton's, obviously Randy Orton's Randy freaking Orton.
Exactly.
Right? It's like talking about one of you guys, it's the lineage. It speaks for itself. Cody Rhodes, he's done unbelievable in the past. I mean, Logan Paul, to be able to come in and not be someone from the business and to be able to pick it up so quickly and to be innovative at the same time,
that's cool that you would say that, man. About time somebody said, because that is impressive. People act like it's not.
People love to hate that he's new and from the outside, but 100%.
He's a foreigner.
I was new. I was from the outside.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I get it. I understand. You
understand more than anybody.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it such an accomplishment. I personally, I don't know the dudes that well, but professionally, I look at it, objectively, and I can pass my judgment. And Steiner's kid's freaking doing unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like he takes a lot, or he looked up to you a lot. You can tell the way he wrestles.
You can, yeah. He's watched some videos.
I appreciate that a lot.
He's watched some videos.
And we talk a lot. I talk to him more than any current of the wrestlers, for sure.
That's cool. Man, that is awesome.
He's just a great kid. We're friends like we are.
Man, and he was a great football player. He was an incredible athlete. I didn't know.
I talked to him in between, the college and the pro thing, and what direction to go, and we talked a little about wrestling, and but I was not his go-to, but I could give advice in the football aspect of it, and so I did.
Man, that is awesome. The guys you're mentoring now, and it's cool too because Gage is obviously a way better football player than everyone or we thought he was going to be, because he's a wrestler, or his dad's a wrestler. Is it going to be wrestling? And the fact that he's made it to college football, that alone right there is just impressive. Shows that it's genetics. It's he's made out of the right stuff. And to be a college athlete, you got to have, it's a mindset too. You can't just be athletic. You can piss away your genetics and not do anything with it. Like you were saying, waking up early, running at night, all that stuff, it's there. And so now if a fallback plan to go wrestle, and guys that his dad has mentored, like, Bronson or whatever, he's gonna, thanks dad. You're paving the way without even realizing it, or maybe you do realize it, but you're a great father.
I can't thank you enough, man, because that's the best compliment you could be given. And truth be told, yes, Gage has great genetics. Part of them came from my side, and the other came from my wonderful stunt woman wife's side.
That is awesome.
Yeah. You could be born into a great situation. You could be born into greatness. You could be born with a last name, but pardon my French, none of that means shit. It don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that you can walk around with your head held high. But he's done everything on his own. Like, I have not done anything I've opened a door for him, maybe, but he's freaking kicked that door completely in.
Amen.
Yeah.
We've seen it firsthand. Yeah.
Yeah. So he may be a Goldberg, and he may see me do certain things, but he's far surpassed mentally where I was at that age. He's extremely responsible. He's a hell of a student, much more so than I was. And, he's got a big plate to deal with right now, and he's doing a really great job of it. And I'm not helping him. I'll help him if he asks me to, but I don't know what I can do, but this kid works so hard, man. And his head should be so big he can't walk in the room, because we just praise him all the time, man. He just, it's not like he can do no wrong, but it's one hell of a kid right here, and I'm just proud to be, one half of his, father mother too.
Heck yeah, man.
Gage, I know your mind is on football right now. Is there an itch at all for pro wrestling?
Yeah, I mean it's there. It's a backup plan.
There's something there. Yeah.
But that's how he should act.
I love it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
No matter what endeavor he's currently involved in, if it's not if wrestling wasn't the chosen direction, whatever the direction is, he's got to be full
100%
convicted to success in it. And he shouldn't be thinking about a backup plan, because I'm not saying backup plans are made for losers, but backup plans are just that. Backup if your first 100%. Plan doesn't freaking work out.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's not a crutch, and it's not something you lean on. If I can't do this, then I can do that. That's not his mentality.
Yeah, he didn't have one foot in the door, one foot out. Right now it's football.
Eyes on the prize, yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I know Ross, when he was playing college football, exact same thing. People would ask him about wrestling, or
it's like it's an afterthought. Like, no, this is I'm doing this 1,000% right now, and then we'll see what happens after. Yeah,
it probably hadn't even crossed his mind. Honestly, he's just thinking about football. And that's what's so awesome.
Well, Bill, I can't wait to see what happens with your final match, where that is, who it's against, and we'd love to have you back afterwards and talk a little bit about your experience being back in the ring again. And Gage, congratulations on this new season coming up at Colorado. We look forward to watching you this season as well, man.
Before I go, just a little tease. There is one thing that I can say about my match is that I will be proudly led out by my son.
Oh, okay. That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay.
That's going to be awesome. Looking forward to that.
Man, it's a good time to be a Goldberg right now. That is awesome.
That's right. Guys, thank you both for being on with us today. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
So it's an honor. You know how much I love you guys.
We love you. Thank you
anything I can ever do, man, I'm at your service. So let's get in the ring this week, boys. And on that, I'm out of here.